Good morning, world.
Good morning.
Welcome to Music Monday.
It's not
I
Monday.
know, you said that last time. We're going to do another Samson video because you guys suggested it, and this one is called A Quick Word.
Starting cameo. Word up. Everybody say it. Stay tuned. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. Alright guys, welcome back. Yes, we are doing another review of Samson, and this one is called A Quick Word.
Like that. Awesome.
Before we show this video, I want to let you know, if you've watched Samson before, there are going to be some F-bombs, some S-bombs, there's going to be some words. We're not going to edit it out for YouTube because we're just going to let it go. You're adults, you can make your own decision. If you don't like that language, don't watch it. We know some of you don't like, listening to that. That's okay. Move on to the next one. So we're just letting you know that those words will be in there.
But what if YouTube shadow bans us and slows down our growth? Never mind.
Too late.
Too late. That's right. We might as well do it.
You
I
ready?
love Samson stuff. It's pretty witty.
Every night before I go to sleep, I speak to the man that rules above. He helps get me through these trying times. He guides my way and gets me through the mud. As a mortal man, I put my life in your hands, cause I know you'll do everything to steer me straight. And because of that, a lot of people tell me that I'm wrong and they act like they're right, but it's clear they ain't.
It's good to see Samson praying to a higher power.
Yeah.
Kids today, they need to realize this stuff.
They act like they're right, but it's clear they ain't. They smear your name, but I fear your reign. Some folks don't know how much you sacrificed, and when judgment day comes, they're gonna be sorry, cause they're all gonna have to pay a massive price. But I won't, cause I live for you. No matter how many of my peers doubt me, every breath I take and every step I make is in.
That's kind of true. He's talking about the secularization of youth.
Yes.
Because as we see from numbers and polls, that every generation believes in God less and less.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, the biggest religion out there right now is secular humanism. People, if it feels good, do it.
And that's when he says, now kids that are religious are ostracized in
Yeah.
school.
Oh, yeah.
So, good on you, Samson.
My peers doubt me. Every breath I take and every step I make is in your name. That'll never change. Dear Fauci.
Wow. Did not see that coming.
What a great setup.
That's awesome.
All right, let's see what he says about Lord Fauci.
That's good stuff.
Do you get on your hands and knees and pray to Fauci?
I know people who do, pretty much.
They do.
In your name, that'll never change. Dear Fauci. Easter's coming up. Do you think that I could spend it with my loved ones? Maybe open up the window, let the wind blow. Maybe circulate the air, mix it up some. No, I was kidding too. It's just a little joke. I would never disapprove. I already put the chair 6 feet apart and cut a little hole in my mask big enough to get my spoon through.
Oh, my God.
He's bringing up science right now.
Right.
That's science.
That's awesome.
And cut a little hole in my mask big enough to get my spoon through. Yup. Yes, my lord. Vaccine cards are gonna get checked at the door. I don't care if my brother, my father, my mother doesn't have it.
Did you see that? Did you catch the way he counted?
Yeah.
I'm going to put this up on the screen.
What was that all about?
Here's his counting. So,
You're going to show that? Number one.
now don't normally you go do this or you do this, right? People
Yes.
either put their first
Yes.
finger or their thumb. I've
Yes.
seen people count with their thumb or their first finger.
He was talking about his brother, right?
This is very, very...
Was that directed? You said my brother, and then you threw up the that finger?
I don't know. We'll have to listen to it again. But I just thought I caught that. That's... My wife tells me I'm number one all the time.
And she's right.
She's always telling me I'm number
Giving
one.
you half the peace sign.
So she's the only one I've seen to use that. I gotta catch that again. Let's see what he says there when he holds up number one.
My lord, vaccine cards are gonna get checked at the door. I don't care if my brother, my father, my mother doesn't have it. If they don't, they can.
Does he have something against his brother? You were right. He caught it. He caught that. It was his brother.
Because we've all had those family members where you have those discussions at the dinner table, like it's always the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated, and sometimes it's within families. So I don't know, maybe his brother is the one who's saying, "Dude, you gotta get vaccinated. You gotta get vaccinated." And he's like,
"Dude, you're number one, buddy." That's
I
hilarious.
don't care if my brother, my father, my mother doesn't have it. If they don't, they can go next door. They're not welcome at my table. I don't care if you've already.
This is exactly the stuff that has caused separation of people and family.
Yeah.
Exactly what he's pointing up here, because I know because it's happened in my family. I have a sister who does not talk to me anymore because of this channel. And it was basically because of our COVID episode was our first political episode that we ever did.
Right.
All we were doing was trying to figure out, like everybody else, what was going back in 2020. It's like, what's going on? Is this really the plague? And so we were just kind of airing it out and saying, what do you think? She will not talk to me now. If you study this stuff, and the people who watch our channel, I know they do know this is right from the Marxist playbook.
Oh, yeah. You
don't have to conquer a people from the outside if you can just have them tear themselves apart from the inside. I mean, this is a young kid, and he's on the ball, man.
Store, they're not welcome at my table. I don't care if you've already had it. There ain't nothing you can tell me. This is fatal. I ain't buying into the junk that Trump sold you. Trump's fucking narrative. I'm not gonna help you with your fable.
So he did use Trump because that's a buzzword. But remember, Trump still wants to take credit for the vaccines. Again, we're not anti-vax, and I know YouTube don't take us down. But all the studies that are coming out are showing that these aren't really vaccines. Because vaccines keep people from getting a disease.
It's drug therapy.
Yeah, it's drug therapy. He could easily use Rogan's name. Dr. Martinson, if you watch some of our episodes from Peak Prosperity, who goes over the science, real science from this stuff. Dr. Malone and so on. He could have used any name.
Peter McCullough.
He used Trump, but remember, Trump's still holding on to this vaccine narrative. But what Trump didn't do is mandate it.
Right. He said, here it is. If you want to use it, it's up to you. If you don't, do your thing.
Fuck your narrative. I'm not going to help you with your fable. I'm trying to keep my health stable. They don't even have their booster shots. They're my family and I love them to death, but they're going to kill me if I let them in. Should I do it or...
I love the anxiety in his face. He's like, I don't know what to do about this. This is too much.
And he's joking about this. But like I said, because I told you I have a family member, they actually think that if they get it, they're going to die. And then they think people still today, that people that are unvaccinated are going to spread and kill them.
Can't hear people talking about the people that got the vaccine and everything and caught COVID anyway.
Yeah, I know.
But they don't speak about that.
And we know people that have caught. Now, Dr. Martinson's from Peak Prosperity. You have 133 times higher chance of getting myocarditis with the vaccine than if you didn't get the vaccine in the 20-year-old age group who won't even die of this thing for the most part. Yeah. Anyways.
I love this part. His eyes are all bugged out.
And I love them to death, but they're gonna kill me if I let them in. Should I do it or not? And my friend keeps trying to convince me that he's fine because he's been vaccinated, but it isn't the same. He only got 2 shots. That was 6 months ago. You gotta get free. Now the definition has changed. He better stop bitching because he might need 4. Maybe every quarter of the year there might be more. Why would you ask questions at a time like this? I mean, I could loot a Nike store. Always talking.
Just brilliant.
I never people say that. It's like they justified the BLM riots of like these people are stressed and they're not being heard, and that's why they went out and rioted and looted and
so they had to feed themselves
and took Nikes and everything else.
Eating leather.
This, I mean, I could loot a Nike store. Always talking about natural immunity, vitamin C and capsules of glutamine, water and exercise, going to the gym and eating healthy, zinc and potassium. Ooh-wee. He probably loves Joe Rogan, and that's why his
there he does. He did mention Joe Rogan.
That's old Joe.
All right, good. Okay. All right.
Joe, why'd you apologize?
I know.
He probably loves Joe Rogan, and that's why his views are inapt. I mean, fucking immune systems? How stupid is that? When have we ever relied on those? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. What? Before 2020? Don't be a dummy.
Oh my gosh. This is so true. As Cedric said before, I'm a chiropractor, so I've been doing it for over 25 years. And I actually see this. People think that if they get sick, they have to have a pill.
Right.
They have to have something from the outside. They don't think we have an active immune system. When the immune system, right now, as we're sitting here, every second of every day, your immune system is fighting stuff off. Mm-hmm. Whether it's something you eat, whether it's what you breathe, we have, and if you're healthy, again, healthy people with a healthy immune system, even from COVID, really didn't get affected.
And we've all joked about this. I'm sure those of you watching this video have joked about it. You see these advertisements for the pills, and it cures this, but it causes this, and this.
Oh yeah, believe me, I could go on patients that have come in for acne and are on 5 medications for their acne, and the side effects are far worse than a couple of pimples.
I don't know what before 2020. Don't be a dummy. You know that was such a long time ago. This is more than the flu, misfortune and doom. This is apples and oranges, a fork and a spoon. Just two different things that you can't even compare. And if you want to go there, you're a moron if you do. Idiot probably doesn't watch the news. He probably does his own research. He's a doctor too. Thinks critically, informs an opinion to the best of his advantage. I mean, I can't even talk to you. Have you not seen the SNL skits? Rest in hell. Piece of shit, don't even go there. I know you've heard the songs with Stephen Colbert. I know you've seen all of those vaccine musicals on the late night shows. How could you not? And if you don't believe those, I don't think that's what Fauci would want.
So this is true. These same people that criticize me for actually going on and watching scientists and doctors and people in the field, and then that's what I try to get my opinions on, not just one side, and they just get all their opinions, right. Facts, right? Not opinions. They're getting facts from Saturday Night Live, Stephen Colbert,
Jimmy
all the
Kimmel.
late night, and again, they actually did musicals to try to get you to take the vaccine.
Yes.
And they call us the conspiracy theorists.
It wasn't that long ago. We did a video on that when they're talking about giving a lottery tickets and scholarships and all these things. Like, if you just get the shot, we will give you the world. It's like, that made me raise an eyebrow. Not as high as Nancy Pelosi's eyebrows, but I raised an eyebrow regardless.
That's when they were using the carrot. Now in Canada, they're using the stick.
Yeah.
Believe those? I don't think that's what Fauci would want, huh? Nah, fuck the AIDS pandemic. That was way back in the 80s, man, forget it. I don't care that you got everything wrong back then, too. This is like way damn different. I'm willing to give you a second chance and a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Man, I don't like to get into the technical shit. Just tell me how many more injections to get. Gain of function. That's just Republicans saying some dumb shit. I don't count that, fuck it. It's not about how many mistakes you make. It's when you make a mistake and how you bounce back from it. And you're real fucking good at that. There's so many things that have come to light. You could probably do something horrible like kill a dog and nobody would even... Oh, right.
For those of you who don't know about this, it came that Fauci or his organization was doing
on beagles.
Really bad experiments. Yeah, I think it was beagles.
Other mainstream medias, they didn't report that.
And it's funny because a lot of these people on the left, they care more about dogs than they do humans.
Right.
Where's the outrage on this from the left? I don't understand it. They get so tunnel vision.
The news channel
you could probably do something horrible like kill a dog and nobody would even... Oh, right. I don't mind if you butchered beagles. You can murder my grandma. I wouldn't look at it as evil as long as one of them doesn't do it with their careless actions. Maskless, ruthless people. It's like folks don't believe in you anymore. All the faith and the trust is gone. I don't care that you put hounds 6 feet deep in the ground. I always root for the underdog. Alright, I'm done fucking around. Insanity is doing the same thing again and again and then expecting a different result. That's not the exact definition of the word. It was Einstein's, but it makes sense, so it holds. Look.
Another great comparison. And it doesn't just hold for COVID. How about the welfare system? We keep doing the same things. And how are the projects doing these days?
It's terrible. People just keep going lower and lower and lower. It's like, we keep talking about like taxing a nation into prosperity. We've tried it before, the presidents. Right. You cannot tax a nation into prosperity. It doesn't work.
And we keep throwing money at the schools too. And where do the test scores keep going? Down and down. Places like China and other countries are so far ahead of us now because we keep thinking that throwing money at these problems is going to fix it instead of making people accountable.
Result. That's not the exact definition of the word. It was Einstein's, but it makes sense, so it holds. Look, if I was your fitness coach and I was giving you routines to get to your goals, but you kept getting fatter and you weren't getting thinner, would you keep paying for me to assist you? No. Or better yet, what if I was your physician and you came to me with a sickness and I'm supposed to fix it and I gave you a bunch of prescriptions and they didn't work over the course of 2 years? Would you find someone different? I think there's a good chance you would, and if you wouldn't, guess what? It's your choice, and that's the good thing about living in America, at least until now. You had a voice.
Wow.
So with freedom, you have a right to be stupid and ignorant.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we say. Freedom is hard, but it beats the alternative because, that's the price of freedom. I wouldn't want it any other way. Would you rather just have somebody telling you what to do all the time?
No.
Remember when you were a kid and you can't wait to grow up because you don't want your parents to tell you what to do, even though they're just looking out for you?
Yeah.
But as an adult, you don't want somebody telling you what to do. Yeah. But all these same people don't mind the government telling them what to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
People don't understand freedom.
Remember, and then when you're older, you look back when you're a kid with nostalgia, and it's like, it was so much easier then. Of course it was so much easier. You had somebody telling you what to do, but you didn't have any freedom.
Right. And there were times, like my dad, there were times where he'd go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And he knew what the outcome was going to be, but he said, I can tell you 100 times, you're not going to listen. You need to experience it.
Touch that stove.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Go and touch it.
And that's the good thing about living in America, at least until now, you had a voice. This has been a pain in the ass for everybody. It's really been a bitch from the start. But how many times you gotta get fucked before you realize they don't have your best interests at heart?
At least your parents had your best interest at heart.
Right. Yeah. This was good. I really enjoyed that.
So I do love that. We've used it before, doing the same thing over and over again. That's the definition of insanity, and expecting a different result, doing it over and over and over again. Yeah. But everybody does it. It's kind of human nature.
Yeah, so if I do it differently, if I just tweak just a little bit, it'll work differently this time. I love this video because there are people out there, Fauci included, who have a serious God complex.
Oh, yeah.
And there are people who just, whatever Fauci says, I'm going to do it.
Most politicians, too, have that.
Huge God complex. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, ring that bell, and continue sharing our channel with everyone you know, and continue being good to each other. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. We'll see you later. Timing on that. Let's do the other one.